Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, today I'm bringing another video, and that is 5 reasons to upgrade from the Galaxy Note 3 to the Galaxy S5. Now, I do always say to each his own, but this question has come up a lot. Should I upgrade from the Note 3 to the Galaxy S5? Or should I just wait for the Note 4? Well, this is a really interesting question to ask, and today we're going to tackle it. So these are going to be 5 reasons why you would want to switch from the Note 3 to the Galaxy S5. Are they enough for you? Let's find out. The very first thing that most Note 3 users are jealous of is the water resistance on the S5. Water resistance means it can go 3 feet for 30 minutes, but it's already been proven in other YouTube channels that it can go in for longer, even an hour or so at 4 feet and be just fine. Not only that though, it can go in a washing machine and go like crazy and fly all around for an hour and be completely fine. This has been very impressive, and it allows you to do different things that you wouldn't normally do to celebrate your new phone purchase, which of course is very interesting. So water resistance is a great feature to have, and it's something that isn't on the Note 3 that you do have on the S5. Now when it comes to camera, the Note 3 had a great camera, but I'm here to tell you that it really doesn't compare to the Galaxy S5 camera. Yes, it is 16 megapixels, and while that might not seem like a lot, this is Samsung's first camera instead of the Sony camera that was on the Note 3, meaning that it had a lot of improvements. One being the very quick autofocus. It does focus very quickly and adapts very easily. So this is a great feature to have, not to mention the instant HDR, which you can apply to photos and videos. What does this do? Well, it gives you the ability to never have a dark image when there's a lot of light around. So it corrects it every time to give you much better photos than you could have had without it. This is instant, and it really does make a huge difference. Even in your low light shots, it'll stop the lens flare effect where you have a light shining across in your night photos. So it really does help. That, and with the ability of shot and more, instead of having to use best face, best photo, and all these features that are found with the camera on the Note 3, you're actually able to take them and then edit them after. This is a great feature, and it really stands out to a huge benefit of the S5 over the Note 3. Samsung Studio. Samsung Studio really lets you do so many things with your photos that I wish I had had before. It's really a one-stop shop app that does things that other photo editors did before, but can do it much better and can have really cool effects to it that make it stand out. So how do you do this? Well, you highlight any photo that you want to edit, and you just go to the edit part above. From here, you can do some basic edits, just like enhancing it. If you want to airbrush people's faces, you can do that. You can brighten people's faces as well. You can blur out the focus in the background. Let's skip that one. So you can also do different effects like tone, change the contrast, brightness, and all that fun stuff. Even resize the photo, which is really nice. You can crop to specific things like Instagram, or for a regular printout photo, or even a 16:9. One of my favorite features though is the effects. So the effects we normally can see, cool different effects, and you can kind of play around with them. But one thing I really like is the ability to actually apply an effect only to one area. So you can do something like vintage over one specific section. So if I wanted to apply vintage just to my girl, only she has that effect now, whereas everything else doesn't. So you can really have fun with this and make it your own. And you can create lots of different effects as well, even lens flare, and different things that you just couldn't do before on any other photo editors. Not only that, but you can actually play around with frames, drawing, add an image on top of an image, which is a really nice feature. And then you can even make it better. So we can actually even make collages, which normally you had to have a third-party app for. So you can make Collage Studio and play around with each of these photos, and all the effects I showed you, you can apply to just a single photo at any point. And it's really nice because you can move it around, play around with it, and just get the best image you want. You can change the layout from here, making it to your own liking and style. You can also change the ratio if you want it to be a 9:16, so take up the full screen, or if you want it perfect for Instagram. You can change the borders, the margins, the curve of it, and even the background. So if you make the borders bigger, you can actually really play around with the backgrounds and have lots of cool effects. You even have a video collage maker. So yes, you can trim down the videos, but you can also create an entire video clip, which, to be fair, is much reminiscent of the Zoe feature the HTC Ones had last year. But it's just really nice to have this kind of ability on a phone, and it really stands out and makes such a cool effect for a video to quickly make of a vacation or a trip and have fun with. One big feature that actually surprises people is, well, the Note 3 is faster, isn't it? Because of the 3 gigs of RAM in the hardware specs. Actually, the S5 with its new processor is supposed to be faster, but it really is. You see it in the movement, it's just going to be quicker comparing to the Note 3. Everything about it, the way it moves, the way it handles, the way it doesn't slow down as quickly, it just really stands out and makes it significantly better. This device really just does make a difference in how everything moves, and just because it is a newer version of TouchWiz. So not only does it have KitKat, but it has a look and style of TouchWiz that we're most likely not going to see on the Note series until we have the new Note. So for this reason alone, it's going to give you a better experience, and it's also going to give you quicker updates. This already does have the latest version of Android, and we're only going to get the newer versions quicker on this device comparing to the Note 3. Another feature the S5 has for the final one is going to be modes. It has 2 modes that the Note 3 just doesn't. And this is really handy for 2 types of people. First is a parent. You have kids mode, which is just ideal for kids. It gives your kids something to do. You can limit which apps they can use. You can actually track how they're using it and which ones they're using, and just be able to see everything they're using, and in a really fun way for the kids as well. You have things like sound changes, which you can have a lot of fun with, and just really have a great experience with compared to other devices out there. So kids can have fun, change their voice, and it really just is entertaining for kids. They can also play around with the camera feature and have some really cool augmented reality for kids they'll will definitely be sure to enjoy. You can put on glasses on the kid, you can have a hat for them, you can just play around with them, and it's really a cool feature to have if you're a kid and have some real fun with. The nice thing is only you can log out, so your kids won't mess up your device. Second type of mode is for the person that likes to keep everything private. So in my gallery, if you see, I have Galaxy S5, then Instagram. However, if I go into private mode, I can actually see the photos that I've hidden with my fingerprint or my password. Now this opens up a whole new section, which is really nice, and you can see the photos that I hid, and right here you can see that there are some cool ones that you can hide and make them just for you in private mode, so no one else can ever see the photos you don't want them to see. And I actually did have a bonus feature, and that is Download Booster. Download Booster is a great and incredible feature, but right now in the US, it's only for T-Mobile. So that's the reason why I couldn't count it as one of the 5. If you're not on T-Mobile, you don't have it, or maybe at least not yet, maybe the carriers will upgrade to it. The really nice part about this is that you can use Wi-Fi and LTE at the same time. So if you ever had to download a big file, guess what? You can download it much quicker than you ever could have with any other smartphone out on the market, and only the S5 can do it. So it's a really great feature to have when you need to download something. So there you have it. These are the reasons to upgrade from the Note 3 to the S5. Were they enough to persuade you, or are you just going to wait for the Note 4, which will most likely come out before the holidays? Leave your comments down below and let me know. If you did find it helpful as well, please give a thumbs up, which I always appreciate. If you have any questions, always feel free to ask. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.